Pain is not something to run from. It's not a roadblock, a punishment, or a reason to throw in the towel. Pain is a signal. It is a message from life, from the universe, from your own being that something in your life is asking for attention, for change, for growth. Every moment that hurts, every moment that challenges you, every moment that feels unbearable, it is pointing you toward a deeper truth about yourself, toward a higher level of your potential. Most people fear pain. Most people avoid it, push it aside, distract themselves from it, and in doing so, they never discover the strength that lies on the other side of it. Pain is the language of progress. It is life's way of telling you that you are alive, that you are being tested, that you are being given the opportunity to rise. When it hurts, it is easy to think that life is against you, that circumstances are unfair, that others have it easier. That is the trap. That is the story that keeps people small, that keeps people weak. The truth is, pain is impartial. It does not discriminate. It does not punish the good or reward the bad. Pain is simply a signal, and what you do with that signal determines everything. You can let it paralyze you. You can let it crush your spirit, or you can see it for what it is, a message that there is something inside of you waiting to be awakened. Every setback, every heartbreak, every disappointment is not a reason to quit. It is a call to action, a test of your resolve, a challenge to rise above who you were yesterday. Most people think that the absence of pain is success. They chase comfort and security, thinking that life should be easy, smooth, and free of struggle. But true growth is never found in comfort. True growth is forged in fire, shaped by the friction of adversity, and polished by the relentless pressure of life's challenges. When it hurts, it means you are on the edge of transformation. When it hurts, it means you are about to break through the barrier that has been holding you back. Pain is a teacher, and every teacher has a lesson. It will not speak softly. It will not whisper gently. It will hit you, challenge you, and force you. Taking full responsibility for your life is the single, most powerful action you can ever take. So many people go through life blaming circumstances, blaming other people, blaming the economy, blaming luck, blaming anything outside themselves for why they haven't achieved what they want, for why they feel stuck, for why life seems unfair. But the truth is that the moment you stop pointing fingers and start owning your choices, your thoughts, your actions, and your outcomes, that is the exact moment you step into real power. Responsibility is not punishment. Responsibility is freedom. Responsibility is the key that unlocks doors that were previously closed. Every person who has ever achieved greatness, who has ever created a life beyond ordinary, has understood this principle deeply. They did not wait for someone to rescue them, to fix things for them, or to hand them success on a silver platter. They looked at themselves and said, "This is my life. Everything that has happened to me is here because of choices. Some I made consciously, some I made unconsciously, but they are mine and I will own them." When you take responsibility, you stop being a victim of life and start being the creator of your own reality. You stop reacting to circumstances and start shaping them. You stop waiting for permission, for validation, for someone else to solve your problems, and you step into action. You step into control, you step into power. Most people live in excuses, and excuses are comfortable. Excuses are like a warm blanket that keeps you stuck, keeps you small, keeps you from realizing your potential. But excuses are illusions. They give you the feeling of safety, but they rob you of freedom. Excuses tell you that you cannot because of others, because of conditions, because of what you think is unfair. Taking responsibility says, "I can because I choose to. I can because I refuse to be defined by circumstance. I can because I have control over my thoughts, my actions, my habits, and my persistence." Responsibility creates power because it transfers the authority over your life from outside yourself to inside yourself. When you stop blaming the world, you begin to see the power you've had all along. You begin to recognize that the choices you make every single day, no matter how small, compound over time to create results. Your habits, your focus, your mindset, your willingness to push past fear, your commitment to learning and growing, all of these are in your hands, and they are yours to command. You cannot control every circumstance. You cannot control every person. You cannot control every setback. But you can control how you respond, and your response is where power lives. Responsibility forces you to look in the mirror, to acknowledge where you have fallen short, and to take action to improve, to adjust, to rise, to create the life you want. When you embrace responsibility, everything in your life begins to shift. Obstacles that once seemed impossible now become challenges to overcome. Failures that once broke your spirit now become lessons that guide your next move. Setbacks that once crushed your motivation now fuel your determination. Responsibility is not a burden, it is a superpower. It is the tool that allows you to take control, to rise above excuses, to push past fear, to break through limitations, and to step fully into the life you were meant to live. Those who refuse responsibility remain trapped in a cycle of disappointment, frustration, and stagnation. Those who embrace it unlock potential that others cannot even imagine, because they have stopped waiting for life to happen to them and started making life happen through them. Responsibility is not about guilt. It is not about shame. It is about power, freedom, and creation. It is the understanding that every thought you think, every action you take, every choice you make has consequences, and those consequences shape the life you live. You are the captain of your ship, the architect of your destiny, the master of your mind, and the creator of your reality. And the moment you fully accept that, nothing can stop you. Your mind is the most powerful tool you will ever possess, and yet most people treat it like a random playground, a place where thoughts wander aimlessly, a place they have little control over. But your mind is the source of everything you experience in life. Every success, every failure, every moment of joy, every moment of struggle begins as a thought. Your circumstances, your results, your relationships, your health, your wealth, all of it originates in the mind first. Too many people blame the world, blame situations, blame others, blame luck, and in doing so, they ignore the one place they actually have control over. The reality you live is not outside of you. It is created inside of you first. The thoughts you feed, the beliefs you hold, the mental pictures you rehearse over and over again. These are the seeds of your life. If you are not careful, your mind will grow weeds. It will grow fears, doubts, and limitations. If you are careful, if you are deliberate, if you are conscious, your mind will grow opportunities, solutions, courage, and unstoppable momentum. Most people underestimate the power of their own thinking. They allow negative thoughts to run unchecked, and these thoughts shape their emotions, their actions, and ultimately their results. They complain about their circumstances and yet continue to dwell on the very things that keep them stuck. The truth is that nothing outside of you can ever truly limit you. The only limits that exist are the ones you allow inside your own mind. Every time you think you cannot, every time you say it's impossible, you are creating a reality in which it is impossible. Conversely, every time you see yourself succeeding, every